Yo, you're tuned into the Hubkast. This is a podcast. This is a show. This is an episode. I don't know which one it is. Maybe it's a manic episode.
It's a dramatic episode today.
Dramatic episode.
I'm picking dramatic.
Chromatic episode.
I'm a little dumb. I don't even know what that word means.
Chromatic?
Chromatic.
It's a musical term.
Yo.
What's up, Tonio?
What's up, dog? How we feeling?
We're feeling good, man.
Yeah?
You're tuned into the Hubcast right now. And we're about to fuck some shit up today, man. You know why? I don't know why.
I don't know yet.
You weren't here fucking last week, dude.
Hey, man.
What were you doing?
I was doing some things.
What were you doing?
I was doing some things. I had some personal life to do.
What was it, though? I'm not mad.
Nah,
I just want to know what you were doing rather than being at the Hubcast.
Nah, bro. I was just on a date.
You're on a date?
I was on a date.
See how he prioritizes dates on the... And you see that?
It was the first date, bro. It was the first date.
No, I ain't mad. It's cool.
It was the first date.
Cool.
Personally, I thought it went well. You know what I mean?
Good.
I mean,
good. Why do you think it went well?
She's still talking to me. I mean, she hasn't given up after one date. So I mean, good. You know what?
Hey, did you take my advice, bro?
About what? Which one?
Only talking about the second date on the first date.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, good.
That's
awesome.
what I did.
And see,
guess what? I got a second date.
Awesome. When is it?
I'm not telling.
But you better not make it a fucking Thursday, bro. That's all I know.
It's not gonna be Thursday.
All right, cool.
It's gonna be a perfect day,
dude. So you know how we did the one chip challenge, and we already talked about it.
Yeah.
By now the video will have been released, so you can go out there and look at it. 2023 one chip challenge, the Hubcast, a special.
Yeah, you can see my boy Daniel pass out and crash and fall on his ass.
So Daniel fucking passed out maybe like 2 hours after he took the chip. But I'm gonna need Fofo to pull up what the fuck happened. So dude, did you hear somebody died from the one chip challenge, bro?
No, I didn't.
That teenager?
So I heard like something briefly about the one chip challenge and a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
I didn't know he completely
He's dead. Well, allegedly from the one chip challenge. You can go ahead and pull it up now, Fofo. But he's going to pull it up on this TV if you guys haven't noticed. For those who are watching, you can see the TV. For those who aren't watching, we have a TV. It had the little Hubcast logo on it. And
we out here getting professional.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Next, we need some chairs. If you
Look it up in YouTube.
If you guys want to donate some chairs, bro. I'll take anything more than like a metal chair to my back, bro.
Yeah, I know. We need some new chairs. So y'all need to donate to the Hubcast some chairs, dude.
Yeah, bro. Even if it's $1, bro.
Damn, dude.
50 cents will do just fine, bro.
My YouTube is being exposed. Teen dies after trying the one chip challenge. Yeah, that one's only 41 seconds. Let's get that one.
New at 5, an East Coast family is mourning after the sudden death of a...
Dude, hold on. Pause it real quick. That motherfucker don't look 14 years old, bro.
Go back. Rewind.
I don't know if you can go back. Can you go back in a short? Look at him.
New at 5, an East Coast family is...
Bro, he don't look goddamn 14. I don't know. Maybe he looks 14.
Maybe, yeah.
Is mourning after the sudden death of a 14-year-old. The teen's family believes his death is tied to a social media trend called the One Chip Challenge. It involves eating a Pocky chip without eating or drinking anything for relief. A Massachusetts teen ate that spicy chip on Friday. Hours later, he was found passed out and rushed to the hospital where he later died. The exact cause of death has not yet been confirmed.
So the exact cause of death isn't confirmed.
To consume this chip and warns of adverse effects which may include difficulty.
All right, that's all we need to see. But dude, how you gonna let a chip kill you, bro?
I don't know.
Personally, if it was me, obviously I haven't died from it, but I wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
That's just crazy.
Sorry, that might be disrespectful.
Little bit.
No, condolences to the family. I don't know if it was the chip that killed him, though.
Yeah, personally, I think it was probably because he was dehydrated. He passed out. You know what I mean? No one was helping him. You know what I mean?
And he died, what was it, 2 days after he ate the chip? So, I don't know if it was a chip. Maybe he was allergic. But I've never heard of an allergic reaction happening 2 days after. Oh, you know what's crazy?
What?
That reminds me. Rabies. If you get bit by like a bat that has like rabies, say you're out It's dark. Bats come out. One bites you. It has rabies.
Yeah.
You might not even know till like a year later
that you've been bitten.
Not that you've been bitten, but like you might not start having side effects until like a year later.
So then you're like gonna go crazy after a year.
I don't know what happens when you get rabies. Doesn't it kill some people if you don't get it treated?
It's something like you stop drinking water because you're scared of it or something like that. So you basically dehydrate yourself. Yeah, where you get like petrified of using or drinking water or being around water.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because, that's crazy that you can get bit by something and think everything's fine. But then a year later, the rabies activates and you start getting all these side effects and shit.
Yeah, it's just...
Damn.
That would suck. That would literally suck. Think about it.
Have you ever gotten bit by like a stray animal?
Not a stray animal, but my like dog, yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten bit by like a dog, a domestic dog.
Yeah, that shit's not fun. Especially big dogs, bro. That shit not fun. Because they don't let go.
I've never gotten bit like crazy by a dog. Like what's... How bad was it when you got bit?
Oh, it was just like I was trying to hand feed my dog and she like overbit my whole hand and was just like not letting go because like I wasn't letting go, but I was in pain to let go, you know what I mean? But hey man, she up there already. So she's waiting for me, you know what I mean?
Dude,
she's waiting for me.
Well, fucking R.I.P. the guy that died from the one chip challenge, dude. That is insane, man. Do you think it's the chip that killed him?
Personally, I just think it's like lack of like attention after he took it. You know what I mean? Like if he was with his friends, you know what I mean? And like, oh, you know, I would have been like, yo, you okay? You need something? You need some water, you know?
I do know that it has been a spike in like heart issues. Like young people, particularly young athletic people that are
vaccinated.
I don't know if it's because they're vaccinated or not. I've heard.
Come on, man. Like,
I've heard.
They even said that the vaccination was like a whole like fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you took it, like you know you're fucked up. You know what I mean? They even said you're gonna be fucked up.
Really?
They said that like publicly. Like, you know, if you took the virus, it's not our fault. You should have read the terms.
Oh, well, yeah. I do know that if you do get some type of
like heart thing,
anything that is harmful because as a byproduct of taking the vaccine, that you're not going to be insured for it because you knew that going in that it was an experimental thing. You know what I mean? Well, you're supposed to know going into it that it's an experimental thing.
People still take it.
There will be people that disagree with that though. So I don't want to go ahead and say that it's because of the vaccine, although it is.
Come on,
it's likely.
Come on, it increased your heart rate or something.
Yeah,
with your heart.
I don't know for sure, so I won't say that. But if I'm being as suspicious of a person that I am.
Hypothetically,
it could be the vaccine that's causing young people who are athletic to die.
Because like the side effects are more harmful to kids than they are to like adults. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So if he's like already fucked up off the vaccine and he don't even know it, you know, taking that one chip, you know what I mean? Like you going crazy, you know what I mean? It's like a spice.
I just remember hearing this one clip of Biden saying, "If you get vaccinated, you will not get COVID." That is the fucking words that came out of his mouth, dude, and that is not true, bro.
You gotta put a clip right there.
You're not gonna get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Out of his stupid ass mouth, bro.
He's more worried about the ice cream truck than he is about Hawaii burning down and all that.
Dude, apparently he went to Hawaii and people were mad because he started talking about how his Corvette. One time, I know the dangers of fires and how tragic they could be. I almost lost my Corvette. Like, talking to the people of Maui about his almost losing his Corvette, and then the fire station responded to it, and they were like, "Nah, he exaggerated the fuck out of that story." Like, they were fine. His family was fine. He didn't almost lose his wife or children or his Corvette. Maybe, if anything, his Corvette got a little burnt. But the fire department came out after he said all that shit to the Maui people that He's exaggerating. He's full of shit.
They publicly said that, right?
Yeah, the fucking fire department who responded to the situation that Biden was referring to.
Damn. They even know that he's fucked up. You know what I mean?
Dude, how are you gonna like? I can't believe you have and Oprah and sorry to keep this going on, but Oprah and The Rock, bro. Did you see that they were asking people to donate money to Maui?
They were?
Yeah. Oprah made a video standing next to Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and it was like asking people, and those are two people that I think have houses in Maui, asking people to donate. Oprah, bitch, you are a fucking billionaire. You donate money.
There you go.
Why are you asking people who can barely afford to pay rent to donate money? And she did donate a little bit of money, but this is what she really did. She gave enough money to where they can open a fund so that people can give money. You know what I mean? They just started the fund. They didn't pay to have houses rebuilt. And I know there's people in Maui that are being denied access to their homes. Like if they try to go back to their homes, like they'll get arrested.
That's even crazier. Just imagine a fire kicking you out and you can't even go back to your house.
Like the government's preventing you from going back in your house. What the fuck?
That's kind of suspicious.
It's just yeah.
I think it's suspicious.
What do you think is suspicious? What's suspicious about it?
Like, bro, come on. The people in Canada, you know what I mean? They had fires up there. They were allowed access back to their properties. You know what I mean?
Potentially.
What's the difference between? You know what I mean?
But what would be the point in not letting? This is what I want to know. What's the point in not letting these people back into their homes? Like, don't they own it? What, since a wildfire happened, like they don't own that property anymore?
Hey man, that's America for you. That's
weird,
America,
bro.
for you.
That's the thing about like mortgages and stuff. Like you can own a house, but at any point it can be taken away from you. Like you don't really own it. You only truly own what you can protect. And average people that live in America, if the government comes and tries to take your property away, what are you gonna do? Pull out a fucking pistol? No.
They'll either kill you, arrest you, or you're gonna rot in jail. I mean, you got three options, and they're all shitty.
The only thing that you can own and claim as yours is what you can protect, what you're willing to protect, and you have in your possession.
Like my gun in my house. You feel me?
Do you have a gun?
No, I wish I did.
I need to get my.
I'm about to get my license though.
Your FOID?
Hell yeah. People running up on me.
The only thing is,
you know
since COVID happened, they've been taking forever to fucking approve of people's FOID requests, their firearms licenses. So you can apply to get one. It'll take like a year for them to accept it.
That's even wilder.
Due to COVID. I hate how all these fucking businesses still use COVID as an excuse.
Like, bro, that's like old news.
Oh, we can't answer the phone because of COVID. We have longer wait times because of COVID. Like, dude, what do you fucking mean? Do your job.
It's like, bro, you're a whole different company, bro. Like, do your job. Like, what does COVID have to do with you? Wear a mask on the phone? Like, what?
Yeah,
what?
Dude.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, all you're doing is
people are starting to wear masks again, dude. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Yesterday, when I was delivering for Amazon, sadly, it was what was it? It was a senior home. What do you call those? A senior home?
Senior citizen homes or whatever.
One of the places where you send old people off to when they're too old and you don't want to take care of them.
Yeah, yup.
You know?
That's reality, bro. In America, a lot of people do that.
I went in there and then to deliver a package.
Yeah.
And the person at the front desk was wearing a mask. And I was like, okay. Even though it'll say, oh my God, this is crazy, bro.
But like, you gotta think about it. They're old people, bro.
That's fine. No, which is fine. No, I agree with that. Whatever. If you feel safer with a mask on, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But it was just funny. What I'm gonna say is, on the when you buy the blue masks that everybody wears,
yeah,
I think they might be called N95 masks.
Yeah.
But those might be the even more protective ones. But whatever. there's a warning on the box when you buy it, and it says this mask does not protect from any airborne viruses, including COVID-19, and it doesn't reduce your chances of getting it. You know what I mean? It says it on the box. All right, cool. If you still want to wear it, fine. Even though it says it on the fine.
Yeah.
So she was trying to tell these two old ladies that walked in without a mask, hey, there's been an outbreak of COVID. We need you. I'll get you guys some masks. And one lady was like, she's got like fucking plugs in her nose. You know what I mean? Going over her ears, like whatever.
Yeah.
And like, you're going to make her put a mask on? All right. She refuses the mask.
Yeah.
And then the other lady was like, oh, is it mandatory? And then she's like, well, no, I guess it isn't. But, you know, we would like you to wear one. She's like, no. So even the senior citizens at the senior citizen homes are like, no, I'm not wearing a fucking mask. I've had enough of this.
I mean, they survived. They survived Nam, bro. The Nam age. So, I mean, a mask ain't really going to do nothing.
Dude.
They were smoking charcoal back then.
It was just so funny to me because the person at the front desk was wearing a mask, and then I seen like two workers come out not wearing a mask. I'm like, are you going to tell them to wear a mask too?
Like, you tell your own people to wear masks, bro.
Before you start telling, you know. She didn't tell me to wear a mask, but she made it pretty clear that she wanted me to get the fuck out of there because I didn't have a mask on. I'm like, I'm a fucking Amazon worker. That you better not start making me wear masks, dude. First of all, I rarely interact with people.
Yeah,
you know, only when it's like a business.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm in and out. In and out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so like, and plus I have to be walking all day, running from stop to stop, fucking in the hot ass van.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I would pass out if I had to fucking wear a mask, bro. They were making, I remember when they were making kids wear masks in gym class.
That was the most wild
kids
part.
Died. Kids died, bro, from that. So do not bring that shit back. Don't even fucking try it because it smells like people aren't gonna fucking just do it this time.
I lost my sense of smell due to COVID, but I ain't complaining.
Ever since you had COVID, you ain't had.
Well, I mean, it's like difficult to smell common everyday items.
Oh yeah, because we were just walking in the fucking hallway, dude.
Yeah.
Of my apartment complex, and me and Fofo could smell this terrible scent. I was like, dude, it smells like fucking Jeffrey Dahmer in here, dude. Like, it smelled horrible in that hallway, dude. And you walked in and you were like, it smells like the CTA.
Like, it doesn't bother me, bro. Like probably to you two, it'd be like as soon as you walk in, you can smell it.
It was disgusting.
Like,
bro.
it took me like 2 or 3 steps before it's like, it smells like the CTA in here. You know what I mean? like I had to be in there for like a solid like at least 5 to 10 seconds before like my brain was like, yeah, it smells like something funky in here. You know what I mean? But like common everyday items, like if you told me to smell like your perfume that you've been wearing for like,
couldn't smell mac and cheese.
If you're cooking it in the kitchen, no, I wouldn't be able to smell it.
You can't even wake up and smell the bacon. How sad is that, bro?
I mean, it really depends on like it really depends on how long you've been cooking the bacon. You know what I mean? So if you've been cooking bacon for an hour, yeah, I'm gonna wake up to smell the bacon.
Hey.
But if you're like cooking like just enough for you, like less than 10 minutes, and you're out of there, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna wake up to smelling bacon because I can't smell that shit unless I'm waking out of my sleep and I'm like, damn, bro, I'm gonna get some bacon.
Dude, I've recently found out that I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, man, join the
after
club.
eating like ice cream, after eating like a lot of pizza, every single time I like, if I eat it at dinner time or like late in the night,
yeah,
I'll wake up 5 o'clock in the morning with layers of stomach pain.
Oh yeah,
you ever feel that the layers of stomach pain?
Hell
like
yeah.
You'll get through it. Oh, it's the most horrible shit. You'll lay back down, and then another fucking wave comes in, and then you have to go shit that out, and then you're like, oh man.
I felt that. That was like
that
the best description you can give.
That shit is the worst, dude. You're in the fucking bathroom, and you're just like,
it just sucks
crippling in pain.
Because like the best foods
have cheese
and
dairy.
they're at dinner time,
right?
So it's not even like breakfast. You can be like
strawberry ice cream. is my favorite fucking ice cream, but every single time I fucking have it,
I felt that.
The most intense stomach pain.
That's why I refuse to eat like dairy products before going.
Dang, so we both lactose intolerant?
Well, I've known I've been lactose intolerant since high school.
When did it hit for you? Because apparently most people, it doesn't even hit them till they're in their 20s, which is what happened to me.
Well, it was because like my grandma, she's lactose and like hardcore lactose intolerant, like where she has to buy special milk, or if she drinks like any slightest amount of regular milk, bro, that's it, total. You know what I mean?
Farting up a storm.
Hey, I don't know. That's my grandma. That's my grandma, bro. I can't say any more than that.
Dude, okay, so I'm going from topic to topic now, but when was the first time you were introduced to death?
Like killing somebody, as in like somebody dying like from like natural causes, or like somebody dying as in like
when you were a kid, what was the first thing that died?
That I can remember.
Or a person. Like could be an animal, could be a person. So basically
like the first death I can remember?
Yeah.
I would say, I don't know, it's kind of difficult because I never really thought about it. Never really thought about who was my first death.
Yeah.
Like I could be sitting here for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Because like I have to go through memories of like,
damn, a lot of people died.
files in my brain. So I'm like going through my like filing cabinet in my brain. I'm just like,
That SpongeBob episode where he's got all the mini SpongeBob's from filing cabinets, bro.
That's what's going on in my brain right now. It's like, yo, we got red alert. We're on the podcast right now. Hurry up.
You don't remember like first death in your family?
I would say it was like my grandpa.
Were you close with him?
Well, yeah, he's like the only father figure I grew up with.
Oh, really? Damn. Dude, my grandpa was my first like family death. And like I had a dad, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously, but I had a dad. I didn't have like a mother figure, right? Yeah. But it was my grandpa that died. I called him Papa. And I was just thinking about like, I feel like for the majority of people, when you lose somebody in your family, it's typically like a great grandpa or like a great aunt or something like that. Someone that's not super close to you. So you kind of get slowly introduced and the death like gets closer. But for like people like in the hood,
oh hell nah.
The death is close. You know what I mean? At a young age, probably for a lot of people.
Yeah. You want to know my like scariest moment in the hood?
Yeah.
Well, it's part of the hood. It's like the Mexican hood. It's in Pilsen. I don't know if you guys want to call it the hood, but I mean, to me, it's pretty spooky.
I'm sure maybe the people in Pilsen would call it the hood.
It's pretty spooky over there. Let me put it like that. So like, I was with my friend Paulo. You know what I mean? We were in his car and we were driving to. It was late at night. I think we were getting food. You know what I mean? What are two 19-year-olds gonna do at 9 o'clock? You know what I mean?
Go to Pilsen.
Fuck. Well, I mean, I used to live in Pilsen, so I mean, he was coming to me. You know? What I mean?
Okay.
And so I hopped in his car. You know, I was just like, let's get some food. You know what I mean? So the turn we happened to turn on was really suspicious. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was really suspicious right off the bat.
What made it suspicious?
The fact that they were already like, it's pitch black on this one street and there's two cop cars blocking the whole road. Dude,
I swear to God,
like
that's always the fucking sign, bro.
And so what happened was
cop cars parked on fucking just.
I saw both of them come to each other, talk, and then go to a building.
Okay.
And so the one thing my friend told me that I should keep aware of are whistles. Because whistles are really like dangerous. You know what I mean? Okay. Like if you start hearing somebody whistle, get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? You get the fuck out of there. I don't care who you are. I don't know. Like if you're driving and I start hearing whistles and I tell you, start going. I don't care if you start reversing back. You know what I mean?
I don't care if it's a red light.
I don't care if it's a red light. I don't care. Like, eat the ticket. You know what I mean? Like I'll pay the ticket. Like if you start hearing whistles, you get the fuck out of there.
Whistles is in like somebody like whistling or like a rape whistle.
No, like with their mouth, they'll whistle a certain tune. Like a certain tune. To like, cause like what happened was we went down the block, we saw the cop cars. There was a guy like behind a car. Okay. Like a minivan or something. like as soon as we turned on the block, like the first 2 cars, he was hiding behind like a minivan on this side, and then 2 cars down from the guy on this side was another guy facing this way. You know what I mean? So they're both looking into the street. You know what I mean? And they saw the cops go into the building or whatever. So I'm just like, these guys are really off. You know what I mean? They're young guys. You know what I mean? They're like my age.
You can tell when somebody's off, and it has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with what your energy is.
It's just the scenario, like what's playing out in front of you. You know what I mean? So what is a kid doing behind a minivan looking around into the street at 9:00 at night? You know what I mean? You know, one on this side and one on this side. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, it's already like red flags going off in my head. And as soon as we start like passing the first guy, right? We were going slow, right? You just hear this dude start whistling. I'm just like, I look at Paulo. I'm just like, yo, you got to get out of here. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then so this dude, you know, we didn't get to the second dude. You know what I mean? So we just like, our trunk is where this dude is, and the dude's like whistling to this dude. You know what I mean? And so I'm just, I look at Paulo. I look him dead in the eyes. I'm just like, we got to get out of here. He's like, no, we can wait for the cops. You know, we'll wait for the cops. I'm like, no. I grab him. I'm like, if you're not gonna move, I will literally take the car right now. Yeah. Like, you know,
you had that instinct feeling.
I'm like, I shook fear in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he puts it in reverse. I'm like, bro, you got to keep going. You know what I mean? He's like going slow. I'm just like, you got to go a little bit faster. You know what I mean? I'm like, at that point, my brain's like, yo, we got to get out of here. You know, we got to get out of here. You know what I mean? And so like, as soon as we made that fucking last, like, you know, reversed into the other street, like, you know, the L, like, that's when you heard, get it, you know, something like somebody yelled something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, floor it, you know what I mean? I'm like, floor it, you know what I mean? That's the last thing I remember was like, floor it. I don't give a fuck about the stop sign. Just fucking go.
Yeah.
And we just floored it all the way to like, until we got into the main street and just like I was just like,
got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
like, dude. I just heard him whistle. Like, who whistles at like 9:00 at night if you're not up to something?
Yeah, you getting
I mean?
someone's attention that you're trying to be like, now is the time.
Yeah.
Move in or whatever.
Like, if they were gonna rob us and take our car, you know what I mean?
Dude, I did feel like I was gonna get carjacked one time.
Exactly.
And I had that instinct too, because so Daniel, I had him on the podcast. He goes to SAE Institute.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have doxed him like that, but we already said that on the podcast. But I went there, studio session a little while ago, a few months ago.
Yeah.
I had parked at the parking lot across the street, and I do know that in Chicago, carjackings is like it's getting more popular for your car to get fucking robbed and stolen. You know, I parked across the street. I had to pay like, I don't know, it was a ridiculous amount that I had to pay to park there.
Yeah.
Besides the point. When we're finished with the session, I'm like, all right, Daniel, I'll drive you home and then I'll go home. And he's like, oh, I bet. And this is like downtownish Chicago. I'm not sure exactly where it was. I wasn't really paying attention. But we're exiting SAE Institute. We're going across the street into the parking lot. All of a sudden, I see 3 guys pop out. They're just standing there. It seemed like they were standing behind cars, but as soon as I went up to the ticket thing to like get my ticket or whatever I had to do, is I was walking up to my car, and then I see 3 guys pop out, and then I'm just like, hey, Daniel, we gotta go. So we just walked to the gas station, but I didn't say like, oh, I was trying to be like nonchalant. I was like, yo, we need to go to the gas station, kind of loud, because they were just walking so slow
around the area.
Yeah, and there was like 3 of them at one part, this part, but you could tell they were all together.
Yeah, you
know what I mean? And that's what you got to watch out for. Yeah, that's a telltale sign. If people are like here, one's there, but you could tell they're all together, they're like, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, they're looking at each other, you know what I mean?
Right. So just this instinct, I'm like, no, I'm not about to get carjacked, I'm not about to get robbed. Fucking I pull out what I had in my pocket, just a little bit, the little defense thing. Just made sure I had that in my hand, and I was like, dang it, we got to go to the gas station. Yeah. So then we go to the gas station. I'm watching the parking lot.
Yeah.
And then they left. As soon as they left, I go, and I fucking get in my car and dip.
Yeah, I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you.
I had it. But the thing is, I'm like, why the fuck were they in that car lot?
Yeah. What time was it? Like nighttime? Or
it was nighttime.
So like,
it was nighttime.
Like,
so it was dark.
Time? Dark time? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like 10.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like, dude, like I think the scariest part for me is like going into the hood in getting gas.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely need gas. Because, like, I don't like driving around. Like, when I gotta go to the south side, you know, I don't like to be low on gas. You know what I mean? Because, like, especially, like, I don't want my car, you know? The car I paying off for, you know, that I worked so hard for and I've had for so long, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's my baby, you know what I mean? That's my child, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'm just like, I don't want my car getting stolen over just because I wanted to get gas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's stupid. You know
Always
what I mean?
make sure you filled up.
Yeah, always make sure you're filled up before you pop up in Chicago, bro. Because you never know when the crazies might pop out.
Yeah.
Because at night, the crazies pop out. Don't get me wrong.
Even broad day now, bro. Have you heard about the Kia boys?
No, I haven't.
Bro, Hondas and Kias are the easiest cars to rob and steal.
Yeah, I heard about the Kias where they use the USB. You know, like all you have to do is pop off the plastic, stick that USB.
Put a USB or a screwdriver or fucking whatever, and you're able to fucking start the car. It's so fucking easy that I know how to do it. I've never done it, and I won't do it because I'm like, you don't do that.
You don't gotta be a mechanic to steal a car.
Yeah, dude. But I've seen videos of just where is it really bad? I think it's really bad in like Indiana. I think Indiana is like really bad with the Kia boys and where they're at and stuff.
Yeah, because you gotta think about it. If everything, like, if the police department's like 10 miles away, you know what I mean? And, like, there's a school here and then farmland.
But the thing is,
next.
they're not even selling the cars or keeping them. They're just taking them for joyrides and destroying them and any other car in their path. Dude, I've seen these kids steal cars, speed it down a one-way street, fucking crash into other cars with it, and they're just destroying the cars for fun, bro.
Hey, man.
That's crazy, dude.
That's a little excessive. Where are these kids' parents?
They lit, bro. Yeah, and obviously the kids' parents, bro, but bro, they lit, bro.
Like, low-key, that's something like GTA shit.
Yeah,
something
dude.
I wish I was doing.
Pussies with me, dog.
My fault, dog.
It's all right. Just watch your step, boy.
My boy.
By the way, I did get a little sick. I'm not contagious at this point. Like, I'm not sick anymore. I'm just getting it out of me, you know?
I believe in, like, boosting my immune system by natural causes.
Right, dude.
Like, bro.
Right.
Why do I need a vaccine to, like, boost my immune system when it's just going to get me sick?
Here's the thing about sickness, dude. All right. Lexi could get sick. And this is just my theory, I guess. And by the way, I'm pretty sure germs themselves are a theory. I've heard of studies where they took one sick person and one person that wasn't sick, and the sick person coughed in their face, spat in their mouth, just all this shit. And they came to the conclusion that germs are not like, that's not how you get another person sick, by coughing or sneezing on them, even if it's like directly in their face.
How is it then?
I don't know, man. It could be, man. There's a few theories about how people can get sick, but I think maybe it's whatever they're putting in the food. Maybe it's whatever
like slow
they're
poison?
putting in the skies or whatever. But the way that I see it, people in the inner city get sick, and this is just from my personal experience.
Yeah.
People in the city get sick, and then it spreads out to the suburbs. But it always starts in the city. Whenever I hear of people getting sick, it's always people in the city first, and then a week later it'll be someone out here. 2 weeks later it'll be someone out here, and more closer to where I am now, not in the city anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But but if I keep myself isolated, say Lexi's sick, I live with Lexi. Say she's sick, and I keep myself isolated in this room. I'm wearing a fucking mask. Boom, all of a sudden she's not sick anymore. Then I go out and interact with her. I'm still probably going to get sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather you get me sick, build my immune system, let me get the antibodies ASAP.
Let my body fight those demons off.
Let my body do what it's designed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, our bodies are designed to fight off diseases and, like, you know, harsh terrains, you know what I mean?
And they said, bringing it back to the COVID vaccine, and I'm gonna take out the word vaccine in this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna treat it like it's a cuss word, so it doesn't get blocked on YouTube, because it will. But people who just naturally got COVID and got the antibodies versus people who got vaccinated. People who naturally got COVID and got the antibodies for it, they're like 10 times the amount. They have 10 times the immunity as people who are vaccinated.
Do you want to hear my experience with COVID?
What is it?
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt like I was like dying.
Really?
I felt like I was dying. Like, it hit me like.
Did you test and you tested positive?
Oh, dude, I knew right off the bat I had COVID.
But did
like,
you test?
I did get tested.
Okay. And
so what happened was, like, at first I just got sick. You know what I mean? It just started out as me getting sick. You know, Tony was just sick. You know what I mean?
Tony was just sick. Yeah.
Tony was just sick. And so, like, I'm like, 3 days go by, right? And I'm working at FedEx. You know, I'm working the graveyard shift. It's already bad. It's already shitty working the graveyard shift as it is. You know what I mean?
can see how that's even bad for your immune system. If you're not on a natural sleep cycle,
yeah, dude,
your immune system probably gets fucked up.
Like, I felt like I was getting sick like a lot sooner than I was now. You know what I mean? Now that I'm working the daytime shift, I'm in the sun, I'm enjoying life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the sun's like killing everything that's on me. You know what I mean? So like, you know, if I'm touch something and I wipe my nose, guess what? Sun got me. You know what I mean? The sun's constantly burning everything that's on my body. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. Yeah.
That's what I think. Personally, that's what I think.
That makes sense.
Because, like, if it's 90 degrees, you know,
nothing's surviving. Yeah.
What's surviving on my body besides,
God, bro.
You know what I mean? My dirty hands.
Yeah.
From
like, how do you clean water from back? You boil it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so,
that makes sense. So,
like, when I got COVID, I thought it was just regular sickness. 3 days go by, I get a little bit worse. You know what I mean? Like, now it's like I got a headache that's not going away. You know what I mean? And so that headache went from, like, you know, from my temples. Like, I can deal with it. I can go to work still. You know what I mean? Take some pain meds. I'm okay. You know what I mean? Because, you know,
you take pain meds when you get headaches and stuff.
No, not. Yeah, I mean,
not typically.
Depends on how
bad it is.
Like, if I gotta work another 5 hours and it won't go away, it's boiling hot and I know I'm dehydrated. You know
it, give me ibuprofen,
like,
give me a Tylenol.
Like, bro, I ain't gonna sit here and complain for the next 5 hours about my head hurting, and I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by the time I finish work, it's like, now it's even worse. You know what I mean? And when I could just be like, ibuprofen, I'm fine for a couple hours. You know, wait for my body to, like, 5 hours of, you know, so I don't overdose on ibuprofen, and now my body's like immune to the ibuprofen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
okay, so go back to COVID.
So we keep losing track off the COVID story. So, you know, I start getting the headache. You know what I mean? Now it's like in my head, I'm like, all right, you know, I gotta work, I gotta survive, I gotta pay the bills. You know what I mean? 2 days later, it's like, all right, now I'm feeling nauseous. You know what I mean? Like 24/7 nauseous. You know what I mean? So this is like week 1, right? So now we're coming to the end of week 1, and I'm going into week 2, where it's like I'm starting to feel nauseous. I got this constant headache, you know, and I don't feel good. I got the body aches, you know, like I just want to stay in bed at this point, you know what I mean? And so, like, my mom starts to take notice, like, hey, you know what I mean? You haven't gone to work in 2-3 days, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I worked.
But you're big sick, yeah.
Yeah, I worked 5 days, and now it's like my 2 days off, you know what I mean? And I took a day off, you know what I mean? So it's like a 3 days off. And I'm telling my mom, like, all my symptoms, you know what I mean? I have this, I have this, I have this. I think I was having, like, you know, bowel issues where I couldn't hold anything. I couldn't drink anything. I felt like sick. I was sleeping. I think it was like 17 hours a day. I was only awake for 3 hours, and that was only to eat and drink and go back to sleep. You know what I mean?
She's like, oh no, Tonio, you have COVID.
So like the little time my mom saw me, which was from like, I would wake up at like 9 o'clock at night when she was about to go to sleep. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the little time I had to talk to my mom and tell her all this, she's like, you should probably get a COVID test, you know, test yourself in the morning and tell your work, you know, go from there. You know what I mean? The next day I went to go get the COVID test. Bro, I was dying. I was like, I knew in my head.
Before or after the COVID test?
Before. This was before the COVID test, because it was like around 9 o'clock in the morning. It took me 3 hours to get myself out of bed, dressed, and get into my car.
Damn. It hit you hard, bro.
Like, I was using all my...
How was your... Sorry to keep diverting. What's not really diverting, but what was your mental health at the time? How were you feeling mentally?
Like I said,
like before the COVID hit, before you got COVID, how would you say you were at mentally? Were you depressed? Were you?
No, I was perfectly
fine?
I was fine. I was just doing my job. I think this was the time when I first met my ex.
Okay.
So this was around.
So you were in a decent state.
Yeah, I was perfectly happy because I remember she would be scared because like I would only be awake for 2-3 hours, like texting her 2-3 hours, and if I was like on the phone with her, I was sleeping the whole entire.
I wonder why your immune system was so weak, other than your sleep schedule. I know your sleep schedule probably has a lot to do.
Well, I've been doing like the graveyard shift for 2 years at that point.
So you're used to it. I don't know. That's weird. It hit you that hard.
I think
it
it
didn't hit
just,
me that hard.
Personally, I just think it's because I'm a natural born daytime person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not built for. You know, like some people are built to stay up through like 4 or 5 a.m. I'm like, bro, by the time it hits 10 o'clock, I'm an old man. I'm laying in my bed. I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Don't text me. Don't call me, bro. And if I do text you, it's because I think you're important.
Hey, I don't ever get no text from you at that time, bro.
It's because I'm sleeping, dog. I'm sleeping at that time. Like, bro, I got to get ready for 9 o'clock tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Dude, this sickness that I got it maybe. I got it on maybe last Friday. Mm-hmm. Maybe I started feeling symptoms.
Yeah.
Friday night I started feeling like in my throat.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I might be getting a little sick. Saturday, probably the shittiest day. I woke up in the middle of the night coughing.
Yeah.
Really badly. Like, it's bad, bro.
Yeah.
And Sunday, feeling a little better. Maybe Sunday was the worst day, actually. Mm-hmm. Sunday was the worst day, not Saturday. Saturday, no. So Saturday, I started developing a stuffy nose.
Yeah.
But as the day progressed, I started getting the stuffy nose. And then, boom, I wasn't even coughing until Saturday night. Then I wake up Sunday morning, it's fucking bad, coughing, the worst, bro. By Monday, I still had the cough, fine. And what is today? Thursday? Damn, I guess I've been sick for a little while.
Hey, man.
But it wasn't that bad.
You feeling better, though?
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Like, I still have a slightly stuffy nose. And you can hear it in my voice, probably.
Yeah, you sound a little like...
under the weather, yeah.
You sound like the tube TV static noise.
Damn.
The filter. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
how you sound. But like it could just be my ears from like engine noises.
No, but I feel like my body, my immune system handled this sickness like pretty good. Like it got it and it got rid of it as fast as it possibly could have.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was good, yeah.
Your body's built to do that. You know what I mean?
What do I have? Do I have anything else pulled up on the computer?
Yo, I didn't finish my
Other
COVID
than
story.
Go finish it. My bad.
I didn't finish my
I didn't know. I thought you finished.
No, you're good. I totally
Right.
forgot about it for a sec. But like, we're going into the second and a half week, right? And my mom told me to go get a COVID test. You know what I mean?
Damn, 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
Jeez.
And so it took me 3 hours to get enough energy to get in my car and start driving, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the worst time of my life, driving the 10 minutes to get to the place, to find a place to take the test.
Yeah.
And then when I got to the place, it was another 30-45 minute wait. So now I'm sitting in my car all shitty, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I can barely hold my bowels. I can barely hold my like brain thoughts. I can barely hold this water, you know what I mean? And they're taking their sweet goddamn motherfucking time, bro.
Yeah.
Like I read like on the website, like make sure you have this, these papers, and
I remember you telling me this.
we're gonna give you this. You breathe into this. You spit into this, or you do your this. It was like all by yourself. So we were at that point in state or where the COVID test was like you can do it yourself.
Okay.
And then I gave my test to them, and they, took it for the test.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Took your DNA.
yeah, basically at that point I was feeling so shitty. I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I took the test, and so when I finished the test, I got home, I passed out, bro. Like I don't remember anything. And so like I think the next day, it took me another day because like I didn't see my mom for like a whole day. So I got my results, and my mom got home, right? And at that point, I'm looking at my mom in distress. You know what I mean? Like my mom, I'm like, I need help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need help. I don't know what I need. I need help. You know what I mean? I don't feel good. I feel this, that. And she's like, you should probably take yourself to the ER.
Really?
And I look at my mom. I'm like, Mom,
Hell no.
I love you, but I need you to take me to the ER. I cannot drive.
Damn. So you did go to the ER.
I cannot drive, bro. I looked at, because I was so fucked up, like mentally, like my eyes were disoriented, my brain was disoriented. I was not feeling good. I was unstable, just walking by myself.
Damn.
I couldn't hold any water. I couldn't hold any food.
Hit you hard, bro.
And so I'm like, I told my mom, like, I need you to take me to the ER. I cannot drive myself to the ER by myself and, you know, hold a conversation with the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was stumbling over words, just telling her like, I need help. ER, please. You know what I mean? Can you take me? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's the only basic words I was able to get through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through my thought process. You know. And so she took me to the ER. We went to the one, the Northwestern one.
Okay.
That's where she was working. So it was the best hospital in Chicago. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so when I got there, it was like maybe 5 o'clock in the afternoon, right? Because she just got off work. She just got home. You know what I mean? Maybe 5 or 6. You know what I mean? So we get there, and tell me why the whole waiting room was full of sick patients, bro. Just as fucked up as I was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it smelled like throw up. I'm not gonna lie to you, it smelled like throw up in there. But at that point, I was just sitting there. I'm like, I need help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the COVID test that I took earlier or the day before that it came out negative. I'm like, there's no fucking way.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Just to diverge a little bit.
Yeah.
Real quick. The COVID testing is it's faulty.
Yeah, like, bro, you could tell, like, I was sick, bro. Like, I felt like if I'm telling you I'm dying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling good, you know what I mean? That genuinely means something. I'm not kidding, you know what I mean? I'm not kidding.
But there's false. I just want to say real quick. There's false positives and there's false negatives.
I'm just like,
so.
I'm
What?
like,
It's a 50-50. You flip a coin. Ooh, I got COVID. Ooh, I don't have COVID. They tested a papaya for COVID.
and
I think it was a Ugandan like prime. I don't know what it was. Some leader of some country.
Yeah.
In the Eastern Hemisphere. They tested a papaya for COVID and it came back positive.
Yeah.
How the fuck a papaya got COVID, bro?
How the papaya got COVID?
The tests are fucking dumb.
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
What was it? So they told me, or it was a false positive, or what was it? It was a negative, right? My thing was a negative, and I showed them the papers at the ER. I'm like, it's a negative, but I don't feel like it's a negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm looking her dead in the eye. I'm like, I don't think it's a negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, what was it? At the ER, we were sitting there for an hour, right? And so it got so overfilled, and like, you know, if you got up, you lost your seat. You know what I mean? Like, because there's so many people coming in, you know? And it was like mostly like, thing I remember was like I was the only young person there.
Yeah.
And everyone else was like maybe like,
that's why I'm wondering how it hits you 30, so fucking hard,
30,
bro.
40 years old, and like, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, you know, I'm like, I don't want to be in this room.
They probably didn't prioritize you.
I didn't want to be in this room that smelled like throw up, right?
Yeah.
And so there was like a hallway you can go out where it was like more better air. You know, I smelled a little better. I felt a little more calmer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So me and my mom go out there while we're waiting for our names to be called. You know what I mean? So the thing that was fucked up was they called my name, and there was people who were coming out into the room, or because there was extra seats out there, right?
Yeah.
And calling people's names. But how come when it got to my name, they only called it out in that one room and never came out to look for me? You know what I mean?
Damn.
So now I'm sitting there an hour and a half, you know what I mean? We're like, why is it taking so long? So my mom goes, you know, because I can't, you know, I'm trying to like fall asleep, you know what I mean? And she goes and she comes back and she's like, so apparently they called us and, you know, they didn't come out here and tell us. So now we got to wait another hour and a half. You know what I mean? I was just like, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? I was here first, you know, just because you guys failed to come out here and tell me, you know what I mean? At that point, I was just complaining because I was fucked up. You know what I mean?
But you have a right to complain.
Yeah. So
why for everybody else, but you didn't come and get me?
Yeah. So it was like 3 hours.
The emergency room. It's an emergency.
I waited 3 hours at the emergency. Right, and then finally at 9:15, I remember because I checked the time. Right, it was 9:15. They were checking my vitals. I finally got a room. You know what I mean? And you know what they told me, bro? I gave them every symptom. I told them how I was feeling. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you prescribe me something? You know what I mean? Be like, hey, take these pain meds, or
at least something to ease your mind and ease your fucking pain.
You know what they did? They gave me a pot. They were like, by the information you're giving me, I'm gonna declare you as positive for COVID.
Of course.
And I'm giving you like basically like nausea medicine. And they sent me on my way after that.
Well, at least they gave you some medicine. I mean, the thing is, like, what do you do when you what do you want them to do? Put you on a respirator?
Give me something.
Most people that died of COVID, I'm pretty sure they were on a respirator.
Yeah.
At the time.
But like they gave me like
which is you're not supposed
medicine.
to do that when like people have the flu. I don't think you're supposed to put them on a respirator for some reason. But I think it's fishy that most of the people that died from COVID, they were put on a respirator before they died.
Because they couldn't breathe. So like if I was struggling, by myself in my own bed, like struggling breathing, what is that? Yeah. What is that contraption doing to you? It's restricting your breathing even further when it's supposed to be helping you. You know what I mean? But
so that's neither here nor there. But
so like I just remember like I did not take any of that nausea medicine.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm like, if they're just gonna give me nausea medicine,
I can handle the nausea.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not what I'm complaining about. I'm complaining about my head dizziness and like I was like puking and like I was.
Well, ain't that part of nausea? Yeah. I feel like people would comment like, "Well, that's part of nausea."
That didn't sound right in my head. Hold up. I don't know. I'm just complaining at this point.
I'm just wondering what you wanted them to do. Like
I wanted help, bro. I felt like I was dying. Why was I sleeping 3 hours a day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jeez.
But like I just remember getting home and I just slept it off. I just kept sleeping until it got to a point where it was like, man, I can maybe eat, I'm going to eat today. And I ate. Yeah. I drank, you know what I mean? And I just over time got better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like personally, I don't know what that was, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I can tell you in my lifetime, I've never been as sick as like that moment in my time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever been that sick.
Like I've got like, it was a year into the COVID. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When that happened to me, so I was just like,
I got really sick like maybe in December before COVID, and I thought I had like strep throat or something.
Yeah.
But they tested me for strep throat, and it wasn't strep throat. When you took the COVID test, was it the one that you put in your nose?
It was you spit in a vial, and then you put it and you rub like the inside of your nose.
Oh, okay. But it's not the one where you stick it like all the way up there, dude.
It was the one where it was like they did it for you, where like they went like just right here and they pulled it out. Because I just remember sneezing a lot. That was about it.
Yeah, I don't understand how you like people will still say like dude. So me and Lexi got sick, dude.
Yeah.
I told my grandma to come and bring some fucking ibuprofen for us, please. Yeah, I'm like, grandma, please get some fucking ibuprofen. I need it, please. And then she comes with the whole COVID test kit, and she's like, she convinced Lexi to take the COVID test. I'm like, grandma, what difference does it make if she has COVID or not? She's not getting vaccinated.
Did you at least bring the ibuprofen?
Yeah, she brought the ibuprofen.
Okay.
Dude. Yeah, dude, but she came with COVID tests. I'm like, first of all, these aren't even fucking accurate. Mm-hmm. Tonio, like, he's a fucking
meth head dying.
A meth head?
No, I'm just being over exaggerating now.
Nah, but fucking Tonio was sick, dying. Obviously, if it was anything, it was probably COVID, or it could have just been the flu, maybe.
A harsh flu.
That's the other thing, bro. Let me finish this point. But my grandma fucking brought COVID tests. Somehow she got Lexi to take one, and she tried to get me to take one. I'm like, I'm not taking that shit.
You're like, I ain't goofy.
I'm gonna go to work regardless if I have COVID or not.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm interacting with people like at all. Mm-hmm. I'm still gonna go to work. I have to go to work. I can't afford to take off work.
Yeah.
And I don't really hang around anybody that's like at risk for COVID anyways.
Yeah.
So like, plus they're not even accurate tests. I'm not taking it, but Lexi took it, and it was negative. So I'm like, okay, well if Lexi is negative, you can assume that I'm negative as well.
There you go. Like that. I mean, you guys live together. I mean,
yeah, dude, but even sense. with the COVID test having false positives and false negatives, I could have tested positive and Lexi could have tested negative, and it would have just been like, well, okay, well, what the fuck is it?
We isolate you and restrict you from everything,
but not Lexi.
Yeah, not her. Even though she lives with you, and like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but
you're always in contact with her, so it's like,
dude, Lexi was showing me this thing today where I forget where it was. Was it in New York where they were trying to pass some legislation saying about quarantine camps?
No,
Basically,
I
they
didn't.
can take some if you tested positive for COVID, and then what do they call this? Tracing. There was something that they were doing when COVID was like really popping. It was contact tracing. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Contact tracing. Basically, if they figured out that you had tested positive for COVID, they can take you out of your home, even your kids out of your home.
You mean like China? Isn't that what China was doing?
I don't know if that's what China was doing.
No. I feel like
they did that here for a little while too. They just took people out of their homes, sent them to a quarantine camp. Maybe it was in China.
it was in China.
I think it was in China.
I swear I saw videos
You're
of
right.
like
no, you're right.
people getting taken away and like
and
putting
into
into
camps.
like,
These white fucking like tent looking ass things, bro. Yeah, no, I seen that. But yeah, they I don't think they passed it. I think it was declined. But either way, how do fucking people think that they're gonna pass a fucking law? How do people want to pass a law where they can take you, remove you from your house, and send you to a camp? Now that you can compare it to concentration camps, Tonio.
Hey! I totally forgot what I was talking about.
Oh man, but so
That's just I feel like we're gonna be the next China soon. Like I feel
if we allow it to get to that point,
bro,
I feel like the people would have to allow it.
we got Biden as our president, and we got
Hunter Biden just got indicted
and then we got
for federal gun charges.
and then we got they're getting rid of God in the coin. Have you seen that? Where like
What?
you know how in God we trust,
Mhm.
you know it's on the coin and
Yeah.
the face is facing in God we trust.
Mm-hmm.
With Biden's new quarters, you can see in God we trust and the face is pointing away from
Oh, really?
God. Yeah.
Is it the only coin that's like that?
Well, it's something relatively new.
Pull up a coin real quick.
Go ahead. Pull it. Make sure it's an old quarter.
A quarter?
It has to be like a quarter or something like that. Cause like I just seen it recently where it was like the new quarters. If you look at it,
Here we go.
you'll see in God we trust, and it's the face is facing away.
I got a quarter.
Which way is it facing?
It's facing the opposite way.
Yeah.
In God we trust.
Yeah, but if you look at the old quarters, like the really old quarters,
What is this? Is this a new one? Oh, this is an old one. In God we trust. Damn.
it's facing it, right? It's
yeah. They changed it.
That's relatively new, right?
This is crazy.
Yeah. I'm not crazy.
Trust. He's facing towards it in this old one from 1996, and this new one from 2017.
Yeah.
They changed it.
It's facing
Facing
away.
away.
What's the difference? You know what I mean? Why do they do that?
Wait, but this is set 2017 though.
But still,
Was Trump or Biden president in 2017?
I'm a little retarded, so I don't know. How long has Biden been president? Like,
Either way, they don't do stuff like that on accident.
yeah, like,
The people that design these very meticulously.
yeah,
It's not like they're just doing whatever. If you look at the dollar, if you look at like physical bills, if you look at architecture, any government produced art, it's very meticulous.
like what's
That's
the
very
sudden
interesting.
What's the sudden change all of a sudden? You know, and I just recently noticed it too.
Sorry.
Cause I just happened to like I've seen a video and I'm like, there's no way that's real. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And then I'm like, I whipped out two quarters. You know what I mean? Like one, which
Yeah.
was 2021. You know, that's why I assumed it was Biden. You know what I mean? Because I whipped out it was 2021, and then I whipped out one that was 1970 something. You know what I mean?
That's so interesting.
And I'm like, I'm looking at both of them, right? And
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, you're right. It is facing away from like, why they do that? You know what I mean?
yeah, they did that on purpose.
Like,
For sure, they did that on
like
purpose.
what's the reasoning behind?
The thing is, man, so many people don't understand that the infrastructure that this country and Western civilization and society, the infrastructure of it is based on the Bible. Regardless if you believe that Jesus is God, regardless if you're a Christian or whatever, we needed something to put higher than ourselves that we can all come together as a people and agree that the Bible is going to be what brings us together. And that's what founded the civilization and the way that our society is.
Yeah.
That's what founded it. That's the infrastructure. So turning away from God is going to cause a lot of chaos, because I'm not quite sure how to word this, and I don't even want to talk about it too much because I'm too dumb to talk about it.
I'm too dumb. Probably me too.
But like, for example, education in America first started out because they wanted to teach kids how to read so that they could read the Bible. Now public education is basically public indoctrination. You don't learn anything valuable in school. You don't even learn about God in school. You learn about the Bible, and then you learn about all the Abrahamic religions briefly. But you're not going to learn a Bible verse in school. You know what I mean? And I asked, I don't know if I'm going to pull it up. Maybe I'll pull it up. But I asked AI. I was like, okay, take all of the text in the Bible and pretend that one author wrote it. Okay? Now, without any theological opinions or beliefs, meaning interpretation wise, like how people take it, what would you say that the author's main purpose or main message was of the Bible? And fuck it, I'll pull it up.
What did it bring up? I'm kind of curious.
So basically, I said only use the text of the Bible to come up, with your answer. I was up late last night on ChatGPT just fucking asking it some deep questions, bro. It's interesting what it comes up with, but here, I'll pull it up right now. I don't have to retype it. I think it saved it. All right, here we go. If we were to consider the author of the Bible without theological beliefs, the main message might be focused on the moral and ethical guidance for human conduct, the importance of historical accounts, and the preservation of cultural and religious traditions. This would be a more secular interpretation. And this is the opinion that I have. Regardless if you're religious or you want to be religious or not, just listen to this. This is a more secular interpretation of the Bible. 1. Moral and ethical guidance. The author's primary aim could be to provide a comprehensive code of conduct for individuals and societies, emphasizing principles such as justice, compassion, honesty, and respect for one another. These guidelines would promote harmonious and virtuous living. Without something written down that we can all agree on, the rules, like the 10 Commandments. Like, we should learn the 10 Commandments in school. You know what I mean?
So. Yeah.
Because regardless, it is still a code of conduct that isn't bad to live by. Like, it'll only make us better people.
It'll prevent a lot of teen pregnancies. Let me tell you that.
Right.
Like, it would literally prevent a lot of that. It'd probably make guys a lot less thirsty.
And we as a people need to have activities to come together and do together, rituals maybe, like historical documentation. The Bible would serve as a historical document chronicling the origins and history of a particular community or culture. It would include stories of key figures, events, and the evolution of religious practices. Preservation of traditions. The author might emphasize the importance of preserving cultural and religious traditions, passing down knowledge and customs to future generations. That's what the Bible was written for.
Yeah.
Why would you write it if you're not trying to make it, if you're not trying to preserve it?
Yeah.
And make it so that generations don't make the same mistakes that we made. Like, there's a reason why all these stories are in the Bible and all these parables where it's like teaching you something.
Yeah.
It's like, well, here's this story of where this person went wrong and why they went wrong, so you don't have to make the same mistakes. You know what I mean? So that's what I think that the Bible is good for, and you know what I mean, like
something to live by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unlike Doja Cat inspiring all these kids to be like a black demon,
right, and
or
that's the next thing it said. It said lessons from the past. By recounting the successes and failures of various individuals and groups, the author would aim to provide valuable lessons and insights to guide contemporary readers in making informed choices and avoiding pitfalls. 5. Unity and identity. The author could use the Bible to promote a sense of unity and identity among a particular community or nation, reinforcing shared values, beliefs, and stories. It brings people together. If you have something higher than yourself, some higher order, some higher value that we all have, and that would bring us together.
And we all can agree on. You know what I mean?
And other than that, so in the secular interpretation, the Bible would serve primarily as a historical and cultural document, offering guidance for ethical living and the preservation of traditions. Its value would be less theological and more focused on its role in shaping human behavior and recording the history and culture of a particular community. That's what we need to do. Understand where we're pitfalling, write it down so we know what happens, pass it down to generations, and become like a people, you know, document things, record history, have traditions. Like Christmas is like America's tradition. It's based on Christ.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be based on Christ.
But now it's about Santa.
Yeah, now it's Santa, which is just play around with the letters a little bit, and it's Satan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
That's like suspicious.
Yeah, dude, but I was on ChatGPT yesterday just asking those types of questions.
But I mean, even AI is saying a lot of things about the Bible and God. You know what I mean?
Right. Just pretend it was written by one person, which it's not written by one person.
Yeah.
It's written by many different people, and it all has like a storyline to it.
And
so
it's like
cool.
Different generations. It's not even the same person of the same generation. You know what I mean?
Right. Completely different. And there's so many cross references in the Bible.
Yeah.
There's more cross references in the Bible than a lot. I know that's a fact. I don't know the specific numbers, but I know that it's a lot. Oh man. Here.
I feel like there could be some lost text.
There's books of the Bible that they've taken out.
Yeah.
There's the book of Judah or Judas.
Mm-hmm.
One of the two. But there's that book that was taken out of the Bible. There's plenty of books taken out of the Bible. I'm sure there's shit that they take out. But the thing is, it is an old document. Like, have you heard of the Dead Sea Scrolls?
No.
That's just like old. Have you heard of the Dead Sea Scrolls? That's like the oldest version of the Bible that there is, probably. But it's an old ass fucking document that we should study and learn from.
I heard like if they try to open it, it'll disintegrate or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why they don't open it. Because I believe it, you know what I mean? Like something like of old.
Is it? Oh, I guess a scroll is something that you open.
Yeah. So if they open it, it's just going to disintegrate. You know what I mean? Because like, what kind of paper?
About that.
What kind of paper lasts? You know what I mean? Centuries.
Well, it probably wasn't paper.
Yeah, it's probably
Something
animal skin or something like that.
Yeah, that's probably what it was, animal skin. Israel finds new Dead Sea Scrolls, first such discovery in 60 years, written mainly in Greek. So it has stuff written on it that they know about. It's a fragment. That was in 2021. But anyways, I want to get to some of these messages that people have sent into the podcast.
Messages.
All right. First message we got from my boy John Robinson.
John.
When was the last time you used a toothbrush?
Fuck you. You fucking bitch. God damn it. Fuck you, John. You fucking asshole, dude. Not fucking answering that shit. Fuck you, John. Damn.
We're going to skip that one.
God damn it, you fucking bitch.
Bro, that was a fucking perfect opener right there.
When was the last time you fucking dickhead? All right, hold on. Here's another one from Tommy.
Who do you plan to have on the podcast?
Who do I plan to have on the podcast? I got several people hitting me up. Nobody that any of y'all would know probably. Like, I can't just hit up like fucking Drake and be like, yo, come on a podcast. I can't hit up Kanye. Hey, come be on a podcast. Like, at some point, I got some rappers that are interested in coming on. I'll get interesting people on. I promise I will. All right, I got another one from Malik.
Malik.
Why you ain't making music no more, bro?
Damn. Okay, so for those who don't know, I used to make music. I still am open to making music. I just haven't in a while. I haven't really felt inspired. Back when I was making music really hard, I was doing some other things too that comes along with the music industry. I won't go too into detail on that, but since I've stopped doing that, I have not wanted to make music as much as, whatever.
Because now we're doing the podcast. It's either music or the podcast.
Right.
So you can't.
Right now I'm doing the podcast, and maybe I'll use and the thing is, I'm still going to be releasing songs.
Yeah.
So like, oh my God, I have a song coming out tonight. Let's get it. I forgot about that. Hey, yo, if you're listening and you're interested, fucking Baby by Spicasso. That's my artist name. I'll put it in the bio or something like that.
Yeah.
Or just search up Spicasso, Spcasso. This podcast is brought to you by Spicasso.
Shout out Spicasso.
That's the sponsor of this episode.
I love you, Spicasso. I can't even speak, bro. I don't want you to repeat that.
All right, I got another. I got another message in.
Riddle me this, Batman. How come women nowadays aren't marriage material?
Ooh.
How come women aren't marriage material nowadays?
Ooh.
Well,
riddle me this, Batman.
I think a lot of women aren't marriage material, but I wouldn't say all women aren't. I just think you may be looking in the wrong places. A lot of women, and this is the problem with taking morally guiding books out of education, is that women nowadays, I feel like maybe their values aren't in the right places. A lot of women don't value having a husband.
They're more
the ones that do aren't.
I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But I feel like they're more inspired by watching Kim Kardashian, Doja Cat, Cardi B.
You have more of this independent woman type of culture now, where women want to be independent. They want to be the breadwinners. They want to start OnlyFans. But the thing is that there definitely is women out there that are what would you call it? Marriage material? Yeah.
Go to church.
Get you a God-fearing woman.
Yeah, the one that goes to church and strikes fear of God into you.
Get you a good Christian or a religious woman. For you, a Christian, because I know that you're a Christian. You know who asked that question?
Yeah.
Okay. Get you a good Christian woman who seeks God and being righteous, and then use the Bible to hold her down.
Or just get a good woman who has moral beliefs and moral rights, you know what I mean, and is not crazy in the head, you know what I mean?
Oh God, dude, get you a good,
bro. She can
get you a churchgoer, man.
She could be like a girl that just stays home, doesn't party, doesn't drink, just stays home, does her thing, goes to work, goes home, does her thing, you know what I mean? Like,
but there's women out there. You just gotta look in the right places.
Yeah, you do.
Go to fucking christianmingle.com, dude. Rather than Tinder, you're probably much more likely to meet someone who is a wife material on christianmingle.com
than Tinder.
Than fucking Tinder.
Tinder's like one tap and I'm done. You feel me?
All right, I got one more message I'll play right here. Hi, Grace.
Ooh.
All right, one more message.
Why do you think it's funny when you throw deli meats at people? It's not funny. Nobody thinks it's funny except for you. You're stupid. Fuck you.
What? Oh, I think, okay, so that was Paulo. I think I threw deli meats at him one time. No, that shit's funny, dude. I don't give a fuck. That's funny.
I ain't gonna stop.
Next time, I swear to God, next time in the middle of the podcast, I'm gonna have some fucking deli meat in my pocket, bro. And sometime throughout the episode, you will not expect it coming. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna throw a little fucking turkey at you.
Okay.
Throw a little ham at you.
That's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
See, why is Tonio cool with it and you're not, Paulo?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You're not
Yeah.
cool with deli meat getting thrown at you?
Yeah, bro.
What are you, a pussy?
You just gotta learn how to get back twice as hard.
Dude, it was so long ago that happened. At first, I was kind of confused. I was like, wait a minute.
I don't even know about
This
that
happened
story.
years ago, like 6-7 years ago. I threw fucking deli meat at him.
What was the story behind that?
Dude, I don't know. When I was like fucking whatever age I was probably like 15.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be funny if I would just recorded me throwing fucking some turkey at Paulo, dude.
Where were you guys?
We were at my aunt's house in Wakanda.
Yeah. I believe it.
Yeah, dude.
I believe it.
That was fun. Throwing the turkey at him. He hated it. He was disgusted, bro.
He said, ooh.
I just don't think he likes deli meat. I think it's just slimy and gross. That was funny as shit, though, Paulo. Fuck you, dude. That was funny.
I'd probably be upset if you threw bologna at me, bro.
Bologna. All right, I'm going to make sure to get some bologna next time for the podcast.
Bologna fucks me up, bro. That smell of the bologna is like, ugh. Like, it gets me fucked up. I don't know why.
Do you know how to spell bologna? Isn't it some like weird? Doesn't have a G in it.
It's bologna. Bologna.
That's some bologna.
Like, bro, don't ask me to spell, bro. I'll give you like 4 letters thinking it's right. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'm not very intelligent.
Bro, September 18th to the 22nd. This is not an ad. I do not advise you or anybody listening to do this, but Wendy's is selling 1 cent cheeseburgers from September 18th to the 22nd.
1 cent?
1 cent.
We live in there.
Dude, hell no, I ain't none of those fucking cheeseburgers, dude. That's how the next COVID outbreak is gonna happen. There's no way Wendy's, a $1 billion business, is like, fuck it, we're just gonna sell cheeseburgers for 1 cent.
That's
and lose money. Just to lose money. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Somebody is paying Wendy's to put something in those fucking burgers to release it into the public. I swear to God, bro. After September 18th and to the 22nd, it's gonna be a lot of sick motherfuckers, bro, from those fucking cheeseburgers, bro.
You want to bet?
If something is free, and 1 cent is pretty much free.
Yeah, you're right.
1 cent is pretty much free. If something is free, you're the product. You get what I'm saying? If something is free, you're the product.
How much you wanna?
People don't just give away shit for free and lose money.
Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed if I was giving out free shit and I was losing money. You feel me?
Right.
So it's either
you have no reason to do it. It's not like people aren't going to Wendy's anymore.
It's because it's a sale.
It's a sale, sure.
What makes those dates so special?
Yeah, well, why are you giving out 1 cent burgers
On September?
Nah, I don't buy it. I'm not eating any of those burgers, bro. Like when they were giving out free do you remember when Wingstop came out with the fucking chicken sandwiches, bro? And they were giving it out for free?
They were?
Yeah.
I don't
The
remember.
Wingstop chicken sandwiches, they were giving it out for free, and then when people opened the fucking chicken sandwich, it was like raw. You didn't see that, bro?
Nah.
Did you see that, Fofo? Bro, it was all over the fucking internet, bro. Maybe I was just, it was because, what was the one? It was the Popeyes chicken sandwich originally?
Yeah.
That was a big one.
It's either KFC or Popeyes, but Popeyes was busting.
Popeyes
bro.
was the big one where that chicken sandwich was diabetes, but it was so fucking good, bro.
Bro, I'd fucking get crazy with those fucking
People
chicken
probably got
sandwiches.
so much COVID off them Popeyes fucking chicken sandwiches.
That's
bro.
crazy, because during COVID, I was eating a lot of Popeyes.
Yeah.
I was eating a lot of Popeyes before COVID, or like the beginning of COVID, because like the sandwiches
Dude, it
first
was
came
the
out.
fucking chicken sandwiches, bro. Dude, the thing is, why was everybody so fucking crazy about them?
They were good.
Yeah, they were good, but
They were exquisite.
a chicken sandwich ain't nothing that special. You know what I mean?
But I mean, it's Popeyes, bro.
Yeah, dude, it was
fuck
really,
with
it was
Popeyes
really
chicken,
good,
bro, hard.
Yeah, it was good, dude. I like the KFC bowls though. The famous bowls from KFC. You ever had one of those?
The only time I've had KFC was when I went to KFC with you. And
Really?
we were like in a friend group with you. We were eating KFC, and that was the only time that I
Probably
tried it.
like Daniel and
Yeah, it was. I remember Daniel, but it was somebody else.
John.
Such a long ago.
Yeah,
bro.
whatever. We were at Popeyes.
We were at KFC.
Yeah.
And bro, I tried the chicken, bro. I was just like, I'd rather just
disappointed.
Yeah,
Damn.
low-key. Like Popeyes. Crunch.
Popeyes got it.
You got that instant crunch no matter what.
Yeah, dude.
But like KFC, it's like you maybe, depending on what piece you get, will be decent.
Yeah.
But everything else is soggy. You know what I mean?
Nah, dude. But after Popeyes came out with that chicken sandwich, bro, everybody started coming out with chicken sandwiches. Pretty sure like Arby's came out with one, and then
Arby's suck.
And then what? Nah, the spicy chicken sandwich from Arby's is decent. It's probably the spiciest one out there.
Probably because I don't eat spicy. I'm not a big fan about spicy.
You probably don't go to Arby's that much. I don't either, but the one time that I have had the Arby's chicken sandwich, it was good.
I could solidly swear I go like 1 year.
Once a year.
Once a year.
Arby's, yeah.
There's no...
That's about as much as you should go to Arby's.
We have the meats.
We have the meats.
Like, yeah, I know you have the meats, but like you don't wear gloves correctly.
Really?
Yeah, I saw like some kid making my sandwich in the back. Bro was touching this meat and touching this meat with the same gloves, bro. I'm like, bro, you just cross-contaminated. You know what I mean? He's wearing the same gloves. I'm just like, this is why I don't go to Arby's.
Yeah.
Ever since I saw that, I was just like, I don't know how I feel about Arby's after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but all I know is that Wingstop came out with a fucking chicken sandwich, bro, and they was giving it out for free, and people opened the chicken sandwich. It was raw. It was gross. It was fucking disgusting. They probably got it fixed now because that was really bad marketing for Wingstop, bro.
That's probably why I didn't go off.
Yeah. And plus, nobody wants to really have
chicken sandwich.
A chicken sandwich with the Wingstop like sauces on it. Like I don't want a Louisiana rub chicken sandwich. I don't want a
garlic parmesan chicken sandwich. I just want a chicken sandwich.
I just want a fucking. I either want a regular chicken sandwich or I want a spicy chicken sandwich, and that's the only two flavors you should fucking have.
Yeah.
Maybe put some cheese in the chicken. That would be fire. Except I'm lactose intolerant, so I'd be fucking.
Cheese in the chicken would be too crazy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they put the cheese on the chicken
because it changes the flavor when you have to inject it. You know what I mean?
Whatever.
I don't know. That's just me, bro. I don't like I've had stuffed chicken before, and it doesn't taste right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd rather you put the cheese on top of the chicken and let it settle like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's more like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, people really liked my fucking O-Block story. So on episode 3, which is released already.
Yeah.
It's on the YouTube. It's on Spotify.
Yeah.
I told a story about me getting robbed in O-Block with Joe. And fucking I chopped that up into 4 parts, the story. Yeah. I posted it on TikTok. It got like 260,000 views in one day.
That's pretty good.
Oh God, bro. I was like, hey, we might be getting somewhere.
We might be living soon.
Oh God, bro. So yeah, no, people ate that up. Apparently O-Block is like a buzzword.
Yeah, it's O-Block.
Yeah. Yeah. This is crazy that like you say O-Block and like people are like, oh, that's interesting. Like I didn't have any footage from the day. It was just me sitting by myself with a camera telling the story about how I got robbed, and apparently that piqued people's interest.
You're getting robbed.
Yeah.
And you're white,
but not on camera. And also I'm white with a face tattoo. So I feel like that instantly kind of, and plus I'm mentioning O-Block.
It's like, this dude go hard,
I can see how
bro.
that's attention grabbing.
Yeah.
Dude, some of these people in the comments though, man, fuck them, bro. Some of the people were saying like, man, you probably not even from Chicago. Man, I'm from Uptown, shorty. Get the fuck out of here, man.
You're not even from Chicago.
I don't live in Chicago anymore. Because when I had my daughter, I moved out because I didn't want to.
I don't want to be associated.
I don't
want
to feel like I'm about to be a victim every time I walk outside the house.
Like, bro, I remember going outside like whenever I was like chilling, getting ready for like, you know, work at the graveyard shift. 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'd walk out and like, you'd hear gunshots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was normal.
Yeah.
That was normal.
And it's moving more north now.
Yeah, dude. I've noticed it. Yeah.
Where the fuck else is it gonna go? You can't keep robbing and killing in the same spot.
You gotta rotate, bro.
It's just gonna but the thing is, it's not going like in all directions. It's going north, bro.
Yeah.
Like my man, I don't want to dox anybody, but my parents live in they don't live exactly in Uptown, they live by Uptown. But it's an area where it's not a lot of, like, you don't hear shootings.
Yeah.
Now they're starting to hear shootings. And all this like car robbery, carjacking, it's moving north, bro.
It's just the influence. You know what I mean? If you got wannabe gangbangers in freaking Mexican schools or Spanish speaking schools, like when they're like 15, 16.
Yeah. Like high schools.
And then the teachers don't try to stop it. They'll be like, I don't think that's a good idea.
It's almost like the teachers respect it almost. They're just in like, Chicago public schools,
go
bro.
ahead, you know what I mean? I just get paid to teach, you know what I mean? Type of feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
Like you got wannabe gangsters that are 15, bro? Like, if they keep acting the way they are, it's just going to get worse.
I think a lot of that is like the media. Like social media. For some reason, people will fucking post themselves with like fucking guns online. Like if you were like a real gangster and you were really about that, I doubt you would be posting yourself online with a gun. You're fucking stupid.
You're flagging yourself.
Right. Why are you putting, like, dude, if you were really fucking killing people, you would not have an Instagram.
You would not be even on social media.
Right.
You try to be a ghost, literally a ghost.
You're just not going to take chances like that online. If you're really fucking doing stuff, like you're not on social media with it. That's just dumb.
You're just flagging yourself. Right. That's literally all you're doing is flagging. Like, hey, look at me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm up to no good, but I'm trying to be gangster.
But it's, for some reason, it's cool. Even I think it's kind of cool, bro. Like, if I had, like, some fucking guns, dude, if they were legal guns, I would fucking rep them. Hell yeah.
I mean, rep them at the gun range.
If they're legal guns, rep them online.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, if you own
but y'all are repping illegal guns, and you're going to get yourself fucking in trouble.
I think it's a felony if they catch you with, like, a ghost gun or something like that. I don't blame you.
I know about ghost guns, bro. That's interesting, because I heard that in some states you can build your own gun and you don't have to register it. You don't have to do anything. As long as you built it yourself, it's cool.
We'll build a tank.
And they have like 80.
I'm gonna build a tank.
I think they have like 80% already built guns that you can just buy online. It'll ship to your house, and you just build like the 20% of it that needs to be built, and then you're good. But I don't think you could do that in Chicago or Illinois. Yeah, that sucks. Like, cause I want to build my own gun. That would be fucking raw, dude. But why the fuck I gotta move to Texas to do that? You know what I mean?
Because Texas is guns everywhere. You got a gun. And that dude got a gun. Yeah. This dude got a gun. The little girl down there got a gun, but she has her license.
Dude, I heard in one state they're taking away the rights of, maybe in one city. Maybe
they're trying to lower the mags.
Yeah.
So dude, going from like 30 bullets to 10.
This is my only argument against fucking banning guns. You're not gonna reduce the amount of criminals with guns, because when there is a crime committed with a gun, 99% of that time that is not a legal gun and not somebody who is legally equipped. You know what I mean? So you're gonna ban legal guns so that people who have guns the right way to defend themselves won't be able to defend themselves from criminals who have illegal guns. Yeah. It's like you're not solving the illegal gun problem, which is the real problem. People that have guns legally, they're not out here committing crimes with it. You know what I mean?
They could have their guns for like 30 years and they're getting
never use it.
Yeah, they're getting penalized for, what I mean, stupid actions that young adults are doing. You know what I mean?
With illegal guns.
Yeah, with illegal guns.
Crack down on illegal guns and stop putting them in the fucking hood on purpose. Yeah. I know that they're doing that. Where are all these fucking people getting guns from?
Care packages.
Dude, I've heard of fucking trucks just pulling up to random locations on the south side. Guns in them. Just leaving guns in them. people say the government just leaves trucks and stuff, loot crates, drugs, guns, in those fucking spots. Like the government's pumping all the drugs, pumping all the fentanyl, pumping all the guns into those communities, and that's where they're getting it from.
Wild. But that's only a theory, bro.
It's only a theory.
It's only a theory. I'm not saying we know that that's happening.
Yeah, we don't know that that's happening, guys.
It's just hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking, the government could be hypothetically, not for sure, putting
sort of kind of maybe
putting guns into impoverished communities.
Let them figure it out. No, that's just kind of mean. I can't say that.
Hypothetically,
let
the government and the people in power are paying artists to rap about guns and violence
and demons and
pushing it on the community, the impoverished communities. Hypothetically, they're doing that.
You're having a stripper, an ex-stripper like Cardi B, influence young women.
Let me tell you this, Tonio. There was a meeting that took place maybe in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
The same people that own the record labels that are in charge of all these artists and promote all these artists are the same people, specifically rap artists, are the same people that own large shares of private prisons.
Yo.
Okay. So, the same people that are managing these artists, or that manage the managers of these artists, own the private prisons that have a quota. So these private prisons have to have a certain amount of people in them in order to stay like in business and stuff. So how do you get that number up if you're a shareholder in a private prison and you're also a record label owner? What are you gonna do? You're gonna get rappers to make music about doing illegal things, to make doing illegal things seem cool, so that the community that's listening to these songs will start doing those things, so that they start filling up the private prisons.
Damn. And they're getting paid?
That is a fucking fact, bro. The same people that own the record labels own private prisons, and all of their artists are promoting illegal activity.
Damn.
It is a cycle, my guy. Yo, I'm going to just interrupt the podcast real quick to further delve into this situation where private prisons are tightly interlinked with the music industry real quick. So I'm going to minimize myself here for those who are watching, and y'all can read along. If you're watching, if you're listening, just listen to this testimony, okay? It's about someone who claims they went to a secret meeting filled with a bunch of music decision makers that are at a high place in the music industry. So he talks about that secret meeting in this here. So after more than 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991, which I believe was one of the biggest turning points in popular music and ultimately American society. I've struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making this story public, as I was reluctant to implicate the individuals who were present that day. So I've simply decided to leave out names and all the details that may risk my personal well-being and that of those who were like me, dragged into something that they weren't ready for. Between the late 80s and the early 90s, I was what you may call a decision maker with one of the more established companies in the music industry. I came from Europe in the early 80s, blah, blah, blah. All right. He went to a meeting, okay? The meeting was held at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. 20 to 35 people there, okay? And he said most of them familiar faces. Speaking to those I knew, we joked about the theme of the meeting, as many of us did not care for rap music and failed to see the purpose of being invited to a private gathering to discuss its future. Okay, so it's about rap music in specific. Okay? So, our casual chatter was interrupted when we were asked to sign a confidentiality agreement, preventing us from publicly discussing the information presented during the meeting. Needless to say, this intrigued and in some cases disturbed many of us. The agreement was only a page long but very clear on the matter and the consequences, which stated that violating the terms would result in job termination. A few people refused to sign and walked out. I'm skipping over some parts because I want to keep this going pretty fast because I got some videos to show too to back this up. And nobody stopped him from leaving, all right? So quickly after the meeting began, one of his industry colleagues thanked him for attending. Then he gave the floor to a man who only introduced himself by first name and gave no further details about his personal background. I think he was the owner of the residence, but it was never confirmed. All right, so let's skip a little further down. Here we go. This is when it gets saucy, guys. The subject quickly changed as the speaker went on to tell us that respective companies we represented had invested in a very profitable industry which could become even more rewarding with our active involvement. He explained that the companies we work for had invested millions into the building of privately owned prisons, and that our positions of influence in the music industry would actually impact the profitability of these investments. I remember many of us in a group immediately looking at each other in confusion. At the time, I didn't know what a private prison was, but I wasn't the only one. Sure enough, someone asked what these prisons were and what any of this had to do with us. We were told that these prisons were built by privately owned companies who received funding from the government based on the number of inmates. Let's just take a pause right there. If you decide to build a prison, the government will give you funding based on how many inmates you have. That creates an incentive to create inmates, to promote illegal activities. The more inmates, the more money the government would pay these prisons. It was also made clear to us that since these prisons are privately owned, as they become publicly traded, we'd be able to buy shares. Most of us were taken back by this. Again, a couple of people asked, what does this have to do with us? At this point, my industry colleague who had first opened the meeting took the floor again and answered our questions. He told us that since our employers had become silent investors in the prison business, it was now in their interest to make sure that these prisons remain filled. Our job would be to help make this happen by marketing music which promotes criminal behavior, rap music being the music of choice. He assured us that this would be a great situation for us because rap music was becoming an increasingly profitable market for our companies, and as employees, we'd also be able to buy personal stock in these prisons. Immediately, silence came over the room. You could have heard a pin drop. I remember looking around to make sure I wasn't dreaming and saw half of the people with dropped jaws. Okay, let's go further. But, well, maybe that's all we have to read. Okay, let's just see what Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony has to say about this real quick. Because he has said something about this.
Why ain't I see you around back when I was down?
You made an interesting statement that I want to just kind of see if you can elaborate on. You said that you I know you had said somewhere, I think it was on your podcast, that there was a big meeting, you know, with the record labels in terms of and basically the record labels and the owners of the prisons are in cahoots. They're the same people. Yeah. You really believe that's a thing?
Man, yes, it could be. There's a lot of big corporations that have ownership in prisons. It's rich black people that got ownership in prisons.
Right.
They just don't go around bragging about it. That's one big move they don't go around bragging about. You know, bro, it's no secret, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
this is like, Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
So you feel
a lot of you youngins may not know about Bone Thugs and Harmony, but hey man, there's a lot of folks who do know about Bone Thugs and Harmony and how they were one of the first very popular rappers or rap groups. And I'm sure that maybe they were told to rap about certain things. I'm gonna see if this goes any further than this because I haven't really seen this clip. But
basically, they own the prisons and they're using the music to market. Basically, niggas to do what they do and get locked up.
That's Crazy Bones' testimony. Now let's look at Kanye West, someone who very famous rapper, probably one of the most famous besides like Drake and stuff. Let's see what he has to say about this topic.
And then the algorithm, you know what I'm saying? The 808. The 808 exists in the lowest chakra of your body. The majority of content that's related to the 808 is killer or sexual content. The original 808s was even off pitch. So that meant it's an actual sound in the track that you don't realize is there that is fucking up your entire frequency. Right. And now, today, every time I hear a car come out, it's 808. But if you think about African music and hip hop and movies, breakdance to, it was light. The percussion. It was upbeat. It was the drums. And then the algorithm.
So he's kind of talking about the programming frequency in the music. So not only are they rapping lyrics, that are promoting this type of stuff, the music is at its lowest frequency. It's lowering your frequency. It's bringing you down to that vibe that you get in when you want to do fucking illegal activities. You don't go and kill somebody to Happy by Pharrell. You know what I mean? And Happy by Pharrell is its own type of mind control, in my opinion. But specifically when it comes to rap music and influential music that gets people going out to do stuff, the frequencies that they put in that music is the frequencies that'll put you in that mood, that rage mood. That's why people, there's a fly in here. That's why people, when they're at like Playboy Cardi concerts or goddamn Travis Scott concerts, they rage, they go crazy because that 808, because that fucking vibe in the music, the frequencies in the music are bringing that energy out of them. So let's hear. It's funny that his name is Liar Cohen on The Breakfast Club, explaining why he promotes drug culture and rap music. And this is a high level music guy. Let's just look up like who he is real quick. Liar Cohen. Who is this guy? He's an American music executive and entrepreneur. All right. Very rich man, 63 years old. I don't even want to know his net worth, but let's listen to what he has to say about this.
Really rough, particularly on women. But I think it helped change the course of the crack epidemic. I don't know what's this opioid thing, man.
But being a crackhead wasn't cool back then. Being a crackhead wasn't cool. Now they seem like they're making it cool to be drinking lean and syrup and
it's the most dangerous. It's the most dangerous thing that's facing.
He admits it's the most dangerous thing that's facing
our society.
Our society. The most dangerous fucking thing. He admits to that. All right. Let him speak.
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
Good question.
Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. I
already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. God, what a fucking pussy. Oh my God. Okay, sorry.
Asked me talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
But I'm saying that's hypocritical, though. You're saying
it's opportunistic. Yeah. I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
A culture vulture. But it's not even that he's a culture vulture. He is taking part in creating the culture. These people are promoting certain things to be popular, to become the culture, but really it's just programming. You're just programming people through music to do certain things, to fill up prisons, to buy Louis bags, to buy expensive designer shit that who the fuck really cares? But all right, let's go back to the podcast. Sorry for the interruption. I hope you learned something.
It's a continuous cycle.
It is a cycle.
It only gets bigger and bigger.
You get out the hood, you made it in rap. Guess what? Thousands don't make it out the hood because when you got out the hood, you decided to start poisoning the hood with magic, because music is magic.
Yeah.
Music is frequencies. Music is mind control. Ask me why I stopped making music. Music is... It's not the reason why I stopped making music, but now that I'm more conscious of it, of the effect that music could have on people, it is mind control. You're repeating things with certain frequencies, and you can use frequencies to program people to do certain things, to feel a certain type of way about certain things. When you listen to a Future song and he's rapping about lean and perks, but the bass is going hard, you know, like,
and the only
programming you.
It's the only words you can actually understand out of the whole song are drugs, money, and sex. You know what I mean?
Just everything else, glorification of all these things that are illegal. And not only that, hypothetically, theoretically, the government is also putting that stuff into those communities.
They're like, here you guys go. You know what I mean? Whoops!
It's like, hey,
left the truck full of guns here.
Hey, don't do illegal things, but there's a table and it has illegal guns and it's got drugs on it. But don't do that. But also, listen to music where they glorify doing that. But don't do that. But here's all the stuff.
But don't do it.
But don't do that. But listen to Future talking about doing it, and then idolize Future.
But don't do it.
But don't do it.
That's fucked up.
Set up for fucking failure, bro.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, no, but that's crazy. That conversation took place in like the 2000s, where like record label executives brought in like artists and managers and stuff when they were like, okay, we got to get. This is a money scheme, and we're gonna fill up these prisons, and we're gonna make a bunch of money. You never heard about that?
Nah.
Well, now you have. All right. Let me see. What else do we got? Adolfo, what's one of the things pulled up on the tabs? Is it only stuff related to that stuff? All right. Since we're nearing the end of the podcast, is there anything you want to talk about before we get to the last segment that I want to talk about?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. So this is the last thing I wanted to discuss on today's podcast, and it's going to take a little bit of a dark turn at the end. So if you don't want to hear anything about this, click off now. Go ahead. If you do, I'll just start off by saying we have a W when it comes to transitioning kids.
What?
Yep. Can you pull up the article? Here we go. Los Angeles Times. School district pays $100,000 to settle a lawsuit saying it supported the secret transitioning of a student. So what this school did was, here, let me see. Go down a little bit more. Where did it say what happened? Okay, here, yeah. The lawsuit alleged that teachers and administrators at Buena Vista Middle School secretly convinced AG, the student, that she was bisexual and then later transgender. So these words have never come out of the kid's mouth. The kid is 11 years old, by the way. The teachers told her that she was bisexual. The teachers told her that she was a transgender. And they didn't tell the parents. The student was also granted access to a teacher's unisex bathroom. Okay, that's not too bad. But the thing is, they influenced the child to start using different pronouns, to start transitioning. The the staff would keep certain information about students' gender identity and expression secret from parents. All right. And the reason why this is a W is because teachers getting involved in gender affirming kids and influencing kids to do this has been proven that it's not okay.
It's not.
And I can show you a fucking instance of a story of a young girl whose name was Sage. All right, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, $100,000 is not enough because this could have gone way further. They could have gone ahead and given this child a sex change without the parents' permission, and there's no amount of money that can make that okay.
Yeah.
You know? So, but at least we have lawsuits now in the favor of parents who don't agree with transitioning their child.
Secretly too?
Secretly too.
Like why doesn't if my kid ever had questions, why aren't they going up to the parents and asking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why are they going up to teachers all of a sudden? Teachers, you know what I mean?
But I do think a lot of teachers are, and a lot of people who are grooming kids, a lot of pedophiles are using this gender affirmation thing to groom kids. Mm-hmm. You know, like telling them that they are this way. And pull up the story of Sage, bro. This is when it gets dark, Tonio. Girl gone. A trans teen was removed from her parents' care. Then she was sexually abused. Here's the kid, Sage. Let me read this to you, Tonio. Okay. Michelle and Roger Blair, they're the grandparents of this child, first reported the disappearance of their teen daughter, Sage Lily Blair, to the Virginia Sheriff's Office on August 25th, 2021. She was 14 years old, Sage, okay? She ran away from home. She had run away from home after experiencing intense bullying at her school stemming from a newly adopted transgender identity. Sage, a female, had begun identifying as a boy. Michelle and Roger would soon discover that the public high school Sage had attended was secretly encouraging her social transition. And that's what they did to the 11-year-old. They only socially transitioned her, okay? So this is the dangers that can come from just socially transitioning a child, not giving them hormone blockers, not giving them Adam's apple reduction surgeries or hormone blockers or anything like that. So this is the dangers of even just a social transition. All right, so the people at the public high school were encouraging her social transition and had been deliberately withholding information from her family. Sage had begun calling herself Draco while at the school. First of all, that's just kind of funny. Draco. Like, look, I'm Draco. That's just funny, dude. Draco, okay.
Out of every name? I don't know, man.
But the story gets sad, so I don't really want to laugh too much. But Sage's parents first became aware of their daughter's decision to identify as transgender when a teacher notified them of an incident report involving sexual harassment in the boys' washroom and on the bus. Sage had tried to use the boys' washroom as part of her social transition and had faced a rape threat as a result. But according to her parents, Sage's insistence that she was transgender appeared to come from a dark place. Michelle, Sage's mother, told Redux, that's the people who wrote this post, that she believes that her daughter was groomed online by adults who used the concept of a gender identity to get close to her, promising that they would be her new family. She says Sage had met the adults who were posing as children via Instagram and Snapchat. Just over a week after running away from home, Sage was located by the FBI. She had been sexually exploited by an adult man she had met over social media and who believed her to be 16. A Virginia man had picked her up and transported her to Washington, D.C. When she arrived in D.C., the two men took her to Maryland, telling her she'd be going to stay with their family. Upon arrival, Sage was sexually abused repeatedly. All right, go down. On September 2nd, 2021. So this is how it started. she's a girl. The teachers say that it's okay if you're a boy inside. Started affirming that she was a boy. You go back up to where we were reading, because I do want to read all this. So she was a girl. Teacher started calling her a boy. Let her use the boys' bathroom. What happens when she goes in the boys' bathroom? The boys start fucking with her. Okay?
Yeah.
Then she gets bullied. Then she runs away because of that bullying. But she runs away into someone who was grooming her and then sexually assaulted her.
Yeah.
All right? So the FBI finds her. Sage was sent to a hospital for a rape exam, a process which, according to Michelle, went well into the night and lasted until the early hours of the morning. The FBI instructed her parents to pick her up the following day at the Children's Center, a girls' detention facility in Laurel, Maryland. All right? Go down, Fofo. But when Michelle and Roger arrived at the detention center where their daughter was being held, they were told that they would not be allowed to see their child. The state authorities would not even let me talk, hug, or see her the day after she went through the rape exam, Michelle told the people, and added that the experience was heartbreaking, to say the least. Instead, they were required to appear in court that same afternoon as they were being investigated for child abuse over alleged misgendering. So because they refused to call their little baby girl Draco instead of Sage, her given name, because they refused to call her a boy, they were being investigated for child abuse just for misgendering. Michelle and Roger would later discover that the investigation had been requested by the public defender, who had contacted 2 school counselors to testify against them. The counselors would argue that Sage should not be returned to her home due to a lack of a sufficiently gender-affirming environment. So because her parents weren't calling her a boy, because her parents were calling her Sage and not Draco, the counselors of the school and the public defender thought that Sage should not go home to her parents. Upon my arrival, I was told my granddaughter would not be allowed to return to Virginia. Michelle had stated in May, Sage was now being represented by a juvenile attorney, and my husband and I were going to be investigated for abuse because my husband and I called her Sage and not Draco. Michelle provided Redux with a number of documents relating to the ordeal, some of which attempt to paint their lack of gender affirmation as child abuse. You can see here in this document, even though the juvenile court found that DB, a 15-year-old transgender boy, had likely endured emotional abuse and neglect by his parents due to their failure to recognize his gender identity. Sage now identified as a boy, and the judge demanded we use the he/him pronouns and call her Draco. Sage was being represented by an attorney whose actions from the beginning were unethical and unprofessional. Michelle believes the juvenile defense attorney representing Sage in the abuse claim had convinced her daughter to assert that she had been mistreated by her parents. Sage would later tell her mother that the lawyer had coached her to say that her parents were abusive because they wouldn't accept her as a transgender boy. So that's what the lawyers are saying, telling this young girl to say. And I'm calling her a girl because this girl is no longer identifying as transgender. Pending the outcome of the investigation, Sage was initially held in juvenile detention. During a second hearing, Michelle pleaded for her daughter to be placed in a more comfortable environment. Instead, the state transferred Sage to the boys' ward of a children's home in Maryland. Bruh. So she was in a girls' juvenile detention center being held. Now she's with an all-boys detention center. Guess what happens there? The only girl in a male unit, Sage was again sexually abused by the boys in the children's home and was relocated to a private room within the boys section after that happened. How many times does this girl have to get abused before they send her back home to the parents?
They're
it would
like,
take
abuse. Oh, well, we failed. You can have her back.
It would take more than 2 months and over a dozen court appearances before Michelle and Roger Blair would be cleared of the abuse allegations against them. The Blairs provided Redux with multiple documents substantiating that no abuse or abusive intent had been determined. I'm writing to inform you of Appomattox Social Services recommendations regarding the family, whatever. They were found innocent, the parents. Despite granting Michelle and Roger's petition for custody, the state of Maryland did not immediately relinquish parental rights to Sage's family. Instead, the now 15-year-old girl, who had begun calling herself Justin instead of Draco, was sent to a public school in Maryland and was required to wear a GPS tracking device. Oh my goodness. It doesn't get better. November 9th, a Maryland judge finally ruled for the state to release Sage back to her family in Virginia. However, the decision was immediately appealed by the juvenile attorney representing the girl for the state, who wanted Sage placed in a foster home. And let me just say this. Adolfo, I know. Pull up the Google search that I did about boom. In fact, the National Foster Youth Institute recently estimated that 60% of child sex trafficking victims have been within foster care or another part of the larger child welfare system. 60% of child sex trafficking comes from Child Protective Services, from foster. And these motherfuckers know this girl has been through this shit and escaped it, got rescued by the FBI, and they're trying to send her fucking back there.
That's wild.
Okay. However, this decision... Okay, so they wanted Sage placed in a foster home, again on the basis of protecting her gender identity. 3 days later, Sage was reported missing for a second time. Sage had been sent by another predator from Maryland to Dallas, Texas. Michelle recounted, this man held her there in a locked room and used her for pornography, sold her body for money, starved her, beat her, and drugged her. Local authorities, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the FBI were all notified that the teen was missing. However, Michelle said the authorities in Baltimore refused to approve a request from Texas police to track Sage's phone on the basis that she wasn't linked with any crimes. Ultimately, it was a tip from one of Sage's Instagram friends that led to her recovery. Using a photo sent to him by the teen, a Texas marshal was able to ascertain her whereabouts. The Blairs were finally reunited with Sage in Dallas on January 24th, 2022. Little more than 2 weeks later, Michelle took her daughter to North Springs Behavior Healthcare Center, a facility that specializes in the treatment of psychological distress and trauma in children and teens. Michelle says that while an inpatient at the center, counselors continue to try to affirm Sage's gender, despite the fact she said she no longer identified as a boy. Michelle made 8-hour drives to visit her daughter every Saturday, though was only allowed to be with her for 2 hours per week. On July 25th, Sage was discharged from the rehabilitation clinic and at long last returned home. Sage no longer identifies as transgender and is to be happy and healthy with her family. Michelle proudly showed Redux a photo of Sage having her ears pierced at her local mall for her birthday last week. Yeah, man, there's more, but that's all that I'm gonna read. But you see the danger that comes with even just socially doing this.
Bro got trafficked. Sexually
She
abused.
got trafficked.
Yeah, she did get shit. And she was relocated 4 or 5 times before going back to her place.
Ridiculous. They
Yeah.
tried to put her in a foster home after this, when her parents have been acquitted of all accusations that they were abusing her. They were not abusing her. It's like
teachers.
If you want to change your gender identity after 18 when you're an adult, and you can't be groomed by pedophiles and trafficked,
then albeit, bro. Albeit.
Fine, dude, but you cannot do this to children.
No. Because they don't even know what they're doing.
I can't believe the counselors at the school testified against the parents after this child had been sexually abused.
The teachers should get fired.
The teachers should get fired.
Counselors should get fired.
And this just happened in
just recently.
They finally
within a year.
Within a year. I can't imagine that being my kid, dude. Like when I think about something happening to Grace like that, dude, I get this insanely masculine feeling of wanting to kill people.
That's your bloodlust, brother.
If I fucking walked in and someone was hurting Grace in any type of way, I would want to fucking kill them.
I wouldn't blame you, bro.
I don't know if I would or not.
Bro gets that Viking rage.
But I get that Viking rage, bro.
He gets that vision of red.
Gee, all I see is red, bro. Nah, but I just wanted to say that despite that horrible, disgusting, saddening, tragic story of Sage, that now when teachers are trying to do that to kids,
yeah,
it's a lawsuit.
Right off the bat.
Right off the fucking bat. $100,000.
$100,000, bro.
That is a W in my opinion. But it's sad that a child actually had to fucking go through that.
Yeah, it's just like
to get to this point.
How many things do you have to go through in order for people to open their eyes?
Right, dude. It's insane. But I want, even though that's a negative story, I think that
that's why you don't talk to anybody you don't know over the internet.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing games with them, I mean, like, then they can be a homie.
A friend of mine got exposed, bro, talking to someone random on the internet, bro. Any young men out there, do not send dick pictures to random females. Please. Do not send dick pics online to just don't send it in general. There's not a fucking female on the planet Earth that is going to get turned on by your disgusting dick. Dicks are fucking gross, dude.
They are.
Even to females, they're gross. In picture form, I haven't met a female that like genuinely like wants to see someone's dick in a picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, I said to say one of my friends, I won't say who.
That's like a high school shit.
They got exposed, or they didn't get exposed, but they got blackmailed, right?
Yeah.
So basically, random Instagram bitch, right?
Yeah.
I follow her. She follows me. It wasn't me. It was not me. I don't send dick pics.
Yeah.
But they started sending him nudes, convinced him to start sending back nudes.
Mm-hmm.
The second that he sent back nudes, he received a picture that had everybody that was on his follow list.
Damn.
And they sent him back his nudes, and they were like, if you don't send me $1,000 right now, I'm gonna send this video of you or pictures of you to everybody on your follow list, family, friends, business partners, anybody that you have on Instagram. I'm gonna send it to them if you don't give me $1,000.
Damn.
So don't fall for that shit. That's all I'm saying. Please don't fall for that shit. Let my friend be like the example of someone who did fall for that shit.
Let him be the
They actually didn't end up getting exposed because I never got hit up with but one of my friends, it did. I did see one of my friends' dick on accident. I won't say who either, bro, but the same thing happened to them where they sent a dick pic to a girl, then they got blackmailed and they didn't send them any money, and then they got exposed to everybody that was their friend on Facebook. I think it happened on Facebook.
Damn.
Do you send dick pictures, Sonia?
No.
Have you?
No.
Never?
No.
Good man. Good man.
No.
Good man.
I'm above that. I'm above that.
I've sent dick pics before, but it was to people that I have met in real life, though.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. I mean, if it's your girl.
And I was young, you know what I mean? If it's your girl, show her that thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not to random strangers online. You're going to get blackmailed. It's not going to be good.
I don't even know you, bro. I don't even know you. You know what I mean? Like, you could be cute, but, like, not that cute.
Ain't that cute when I'm
You ain't
sending
that cute.
dick pictures, man.
Like, bro, buy me a meal, bro. Buy me a meal.
All right. Let me see if there's anything else. Tony will entertain the people real quick. Let me see if I have anything else.
Monkeys.
Bananas.
Monkeys and bananas.
I've been selling my soul, working all day.
I lost my soul.
Overtime hours for bullshit pay.
You heard me?
Have you heard that song?
I lost my soul over a 1v1.
Yeah, dude, you told me about that.
That's sad. And
apparently him, was it Call of Duty? What was it?
No, it was something because like I told him there was an item over there and I know it's there because I was just there, and he's like, if I go back there you owe me your soul. I'm like, I'm 100% sure that shit is over there. He goes over there, the item wasn't there. I was like, damn,
so he's got your soul now.
Yeah, but it's alright because I trust him. But like, if anybody wants to win my soul back, bro, just to give it back to me in that 1v1, because he's good as fuck, you know what I mean? I already know there's no way I could beat him.
Damn, you're not getting it back.
Not in my lifetime, no.
Maybe fucking do it with another game.
Gang.
You know you're good at. Be like, can I just like fight for my soul back, please? 1v1 Call of Duty, 360.
Dude,
no
he
scopes.
adapts to his environment, bro.
He's good at everything,
bro. I could be playing the game for 2
damn.
months, bro, have a 2-month lead. This dude whips out the game out of his inventory. He's like, give me 5 matches. Bro's like beating my ass, bro, getting higher points than me. I'm like, god damn, man, can a dude eat? Let me eat, man.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Well, that'll do for this episode of the Hubcast. Thank you for coming, Tonio. It's been a pleasure.
I know it.
Good episode. I'm glad we got that W with that lawsuit.
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
The lawsuit I'm happy about. It sucks that it had to happen to a child, whatever, but I'm glad that at least
justice have been found. Somewhat
justice, because there's no price that you could put on permanently changing a child.
It's just opening other people's eyes at this point. You know what I mean?
Tune in next time at the Hubcast. Ooh. This episode is sponsored by Spicasso. Go check out that new song. It's called Baby by Spicasso. It'll be out by the time that this episode is out. It's a pretty good song. Go check it out.
I will check it out.
Later, guys. Stay loving people. Stay positive. Stay negative. Stay neutral. Stay cut. Stay uncut. Circumcised or uncircumcised. You're all beautiful people. If you wear a hat or you don't wear a hat, you're still a beautiful person, in my opinion. But maybe if you do wear a hat, you're capping a little bit. So I'm going to keep my eye on you. But other than that, thank you.
Appreciate you.